Hey guys, so I made a decision yesterday. I am deciding to leave the ophthalmology office. I have not yet contacted them in regards to that, but like I had mentioned in a previous video, um, there are multiple reasons. One of those being that I feel like I am drowning in debt. And so the ophthalmology technician position that I was working at was only part time, and they only had part time positions available in their office. So I felt like I needed to pursue other avenues for employment. And so I had a phone interview yesterday with Walmart. For those of you who don't know, over a decade ago, I worked at Walmart as a people greeter, like one of the people who says, "Hi, welcome to Walmart" when you come in the door. And so thankfully, I am rehireable, and they offered me the position at the end of the phone interview. And so basically, that is for the digital shopper associate. So basically, it's not just shopping for people who order. Like order for pickup. It's shopping the order. You could also be prepping for like prepping the area in the back for before people are coming to get their order. So then their order is kind of all together, and the cold stuff is in the cold area, such like et cetera, et cetera. Um, and then there's also prepping everything when people are getting there. And then there is dispensing the items out to the person when they arrive to pick up their order. So that is what I will be doing. I'm just waiting for my background check to come through. And once that comes through, then they will schedule me for orientation. That is a full time job. And I know that there are concerns about me and my physical abilities to do these jobs and to be working full time. My fiance and I did discuss that, and he was very concerned about my physical ability to do this job full time at Walmart. And he was kind of sad because um, he said it seemed like I was really enjoying the job at the eye clinic, and I was. Like, don't get me wrong, I am sad that I need to leave it, but I do feel like it's the right decision to leave that position because, I just don't know how else, other than getting a full time job, I will be able to catch up on all of the obligations financially that I have. And I also have, certain financial obligations to school because I am a full time college student as well. I have obligations that I need to make sure that I'm taking the responsibility to meet those obligations and take care of them. So, it's not what I wanted to do because, like I said, I really did think that working at the eye clinic was going to be like the best job for me, especially after being out of work for so long. Because if you are new to my channel, I had not been working before last week. I was not working since October of 2024. And as I am filming this, it is the end of May 2025. So it's been quite a while since I was working, especially full time, because previous to October, well, in the beginning of October 2024, I was working full time as a medical assistant. I did apply for a couple of medical assistant positions at the hospital locally, but I did not hear back from them. So, like I said, I accepted the position at Walmart. And I went through like all of the paperwork that I had to do online. And like I said, I'm just waiting for that background check to come through. I've already started doing some of the onboarding stuff that they send you in the app to do. But I have to wait for the background check to come through. And the last time I checked the status of it, it was at like 73%. Um, so hopefully that comes through soon. She said sometimes it's been taking like a week, other times it's taking like a couple of days. It just kind of depends on how fast they're able to get things done. So I will be starting that position. I just don't know when. And hopefully you guys aren't too judgmental, because I do feel like it is the right choice for me. And I feel like, unfortunately, having to make this decision is not easy for me either because I really enjoyed working at the eye clinic and I enjoyed, interacting with the people that I worked with, the patients and all that stuff. Like I'm somebody who loves interacting with people and so getting into that patient care realm I really enjoyed. So it does hurt quite a bit that I'm having to leave that position. But like I said, financially, I have to do what's best for me and my family. And currently, getting a full-time job is what needs to happen. So, I do technically have a full-time job contingent on my background check coming back, which I'm not really worried about. Um, and thankfully, like I said, even though I worked at Walmart previously, I was eligible for rehire. So yes, I left on good terms when I left previously, and yeah. But anyways, um, that's kind of it for today's video. Not a whole lot to share, but um, I do plan to get back in shape because I'm going to need to for this job. So if you guys are interested in hearing more about how I'm planning to do that or what I'm bringing to work for lunch with myself, let me know that as well. She did say the hours could vary from 5 a.m. to as late as 10 p.m. for this job. Um, but she did say, like, if you work a closing shift where you're ending at 10 p.m., they would not schedule you to do like a 5 a.m. shift on the next day, which is nice because that would be kind of horrendous, having to, you know, get off of work at 10 p.m. and then be back at work at 5 a.m. the next day. That would really suck. So thankfully they don't do that or they wouldn't do that to you. But yeah, I'm just waiting for them to do that and like trying to figure out how to write, my apologies to the eye clinic because I was really looking forward to working there. And I really enjoyed my first week there, but it's just not financially feasible for me to be there anymore. And like I said, I really do feel bad because, the manager was really nice. All of the people that I worked with were really nice and I'm going to miss them, but I need to do what's right for my family and myself, and working full time to get debt free is something that I need to do. So, anyways, that's it for today's video. If you guys have any questions or comments or suggestions, leave them in the comments down below, and I will talk to you guys in tomorrow's video.